Hi, Gary Chillingworth here for Airgun World Magazine, Shooting and Country TV. Welcome to Life at the Range. Today's video is all about getting your Springer ready for competition. Start of the season, or could be midway through the season, whenever you wish, but it's about getting that gun ready. Now, the rifle we're using today is a TX200, mainly because that's the rifle I've got. If you want a full strip down video, we've obviously already made one. And I will put a link in the caption below. There's also a full strip down video on the trigger system. So basically we're going to talk about stripping the gun down, mainly because somebody asked how long does it take to strip down a TX. So we'll find out exactly how long it takes to strip down a TX. And then what we'll do is we're going to chronograph it, and then we're going to take it out on the range and see the accuracy we can get at 40 yards to see whether or not messing around with the rifle has actually affected video. So let's get it stripped. We've taken the stock off already. That's just a bolt there, a bolt there, a bolt there, and a bolt there on the trigger block. And so we've just got the action in front of us. So we're going to put a timer up if my software has actually got a system for putting the timer up. And let's see how long it would take us to strip this rifle apart. Okay, let's go. Let me just check and make sure I've got all the bits that I need to do it. Okay, and go. Obviously, this is under compression. We don't want the spring going flying across and smashing the window. I mean, you'd have to be a complete moron to do that. Right, so trigger block. Oh, come on, come out, you bolt. Main bolt out, into the pot, trigger block out, and luckily the piston came with it. So now what we need to do is remove the cocking linkage. I've got a little brass rod to help me do this. Remove the circlip. Circlip out. Pin out. Slide it back. Cocking linkage out. Cocking shoe is out. Push down on the bear trap. Done. The gun is now stripped down. Obviously, to get the barrel out, that's a completely different issue. You could, I suppose, if you wanted to, take the cocking bar out, but that's moving freely and it's only a single pin. But yeah, that's the gun stripped down. So now what we want to do is we want to clean and lubricate our rifle. So the first thing we want to do is make sure all of these innards are clean. Now, our compression tube goes into there and our piston runs inside the compression tube. So to a certain degree, it's not that important. But you don't want crap and crud inside your tube because that will eventually work down into here. So it's very, very simple. Bit of tissue. Wrap it around a wooden rod. And whenever you're working on something like this, I use Ballistol as a little bit of lubricant for cleaning. You don't want to be using metal things scraping up and down. So wood and paper, because it won't damage the rifle. So slide up. We've got dirt and crud coming out. Take your cloth, clean it on the inside, and basically clean the entire inside of the action. Once that's clean, leave it aside to all dry off nicely. Okay, next, our compression tube. Have a look on the inside of the compression tube. Now, a lot of people will say that a lot of time polishing the inside of this compression tube to get it uniform. That's because this is where the piston slides up and down. If you want to test the pressure, make sure it's holding pressure, put your finger over the end, and you get that nice pop. Now, I would actually say that maybe this piston, that's not actually giving me as much pressure as I would like. So I think this is going to need a new piston seal. So again, take a clean piece of cloth, wrap it around a wooden dowel, insert into the compression tube, and give it a thorough clean until you can see no dirt inside. shine a light down it. You're looking for any kind of crud, looking for any kind of abrasions, high points. When you put the piston in, try rotating it round, going in and out and seeing if it catches on anything. Because obviously sometimes you get pistons rotating. If they catch, that can affect your power. So the next thing you need to do is check inside the end of the compression tube. Now, if you can see any crud in there and you don't want to change the O-rings, just give it a little clean. See how much dirt there is in there. But if you want to remove the O-rings in the end of your compression tube, you'll need one of these, something like a dental pick. You just go in there, hook out the 2 little O-rings, and then replace the O-rings in the end of the compression tube. Remember, there are 2. So you've now cleaned that. Piston. You obviously want to lubricate the piston seal and lubricate this dowel ring and this dowel ring slides. You can take these out. You'll notice they've got a split on them, and that is so they can just pop off. Take you some lubrication. This is the TBT bum slide. It's very, very nice lube. And just lightly touch it around the top of your piston seal and then around the dowel ring guides. And literally you are putting on the tiniest of amounts. This little pop of TBT I've had for about 4 years, so you can see how much we use. So once that's all lubricated up, that slides back into there. Take off your spring guide. Again, a little bit of lubrication over your spring guide. Take your top hat out. Now this is a really tight top hat, so I'm going to leave it in. Again, a little bit of lubrication. And again, over your spring, a little bit of molybdenum disulfide or TBT, and just give it a light wipe over the spring. You're not looking to cake everything in grease and oil and lube. It's literally wipe on, wipe off. It's almost like on a molecular level. Put that back in. That's all nicely lubricated. So now, at that point, you clean your trigger. Again, description in below, and you'll clean your barrel. Use a pull through. So yeah, that is very, very basic. I'm rattling through this because there is a longer video and we want to get out on the range, and I want to try and keep this video relatively short. So slide this back in. Take your cocking shoe. Now you can see the cocking shoe, there is a hole at this end and a long bit at that end. Put a little bit of lubricant, or sorry, a little bit of grease on there. So the hole towards the barrel, the long bit towards the trigger block. Slide that in. Take your cocking lever. Sorry, not your cocking lever. Your lead cocking linkage. Put that in. Try not to throw it across the room. Hook it in, and then start to pull forward. So you need to push the bear trap in. Slide that forward. Drop the linkage down. Then if the gremlins haven't come and stolen all your bits. Now, I'm able to get my pin in and replace the circlip nice and easy. However, if you've replaced the 2 O-rings in the end of the compression tube, this will need to be compressed forward, because otherwise the pin won't go in, because obviously the O-rings will be slightly fatter than they were, because these ones have been compressed many times, and sometimes you will need to get a rod. Again, only use wood, and push it in. You might want to put a pad at the end there and push it up against the wall so that you're compressing these 2 here, and then you'll be able to get your pin in, put your circlip in, and everything will be good. Then once that is done, put your piston in. Trigger block once you've serviced it. Compress, line everything up, and screw it all in. And then once that is done, put everything back in the stock, cock the rifle, test it, make sure everything's fires, everything's good, and then it's time to put it over the chronograph. It's as simple as that, but again, watch the long form video and that will make life so much easier. Okay, so we're just going to test it over the chronograph. Our LMBR R2A 788.4, 787, 787.9. So 784, 787, 787.9. So that's within 3 foot per second with unweighed pellets. I'm going to do a much bigger string. I'm going to do 20 or 30 shots. I'm going to leave the gun for a little while and see how it is if it's cold. So if I've left it for 40 minutes, it's cold, and I'll fire off a single shot. Is it going to drop? Is it going to go high? Simulate if we've got a large ceasefire. So I want to know exactly what the gun is doing. But so far, genuinely happy with that. Now I'm going to get away from this incredibly loud road. Okay, so we've set a target out of 40 yards. Let's see how we go with my beautiful TX200, which I've not shot for, well, I had my injury in June 24. We're now May, what's the date? Can't read. May 6th, March 6th. Let's see how we go. 40 yards. Oh, I've got some dots out there, as you can see. And yes, I know the gun looks horrible. JSB 844s, 452 head batch 54s, Falcon S10i scope. I've had a few shots just to warm the gun up. I'm going for the middle row. Okay, well, I heard it hit, but I didn't see a mark. So I'm hoping I haven't completely missed the target and it actually hit within the dot. Okay, so next one along. Okay, well, it's straight, just fractionally high. So did I fire on the up breath? Poor trigger control. It is a Springer and I'm a bit out of practice. Okay. Again, I can't see the marks. I'm hoping they're hitting within the dots. Either that or I'm really, really bad. Right, we'll do 2 more. One, two, three, four. Well, that one definitely went a bit left. Right, last one, and then we'll go and get the card and we'll have a chat. Touch high. Let's go get the card and let's see how we did. Okay, so here we have our card. Well, our first shot of 40 yards went through the hole. Happy with that. Next one, we've gone maybe half a centimetre high. Next one, through the bottom of the hole. Next one, left. Next one, same height as that one. So these two are probably telling me that as I'm on the gun, I've breathed out, and as I've breathed in, I've just fired slightly on the up breath. So that's just basically down to poor body management and poor trigger control, but that's something I can work on. But that group essentially tells me I'm within, you know, that much, 5 millimeters of the center of the bull at 40 yards. So as far as I'm concerned, the gun is good, at least at 40 yards. So now I've got my yardage card, my old yardage card. I know my crosshairs are at 13 and then gradually moving up above the crosshairs from 13 before it starts coming down for 40, and I'm half a dot down at 45. So I now need to put card out and check all of those to make sure everything's good. But I'm not going to force you to watch that because it's incredibly boring and I'm going to be here for a couple of hours being anal about shooting paper. Okay, so we're roughly halfway round, and yeah, Sun Hunters at Mad, really good course, thoroughly enjoying myself. First time out with Springer, as I said, with 18 months. Okay, so we started off on peg 4, missed the first 2, and then we had a good run. From 9 through to 17, we only dropped 1. So we're 4 down, roughly halfway around. In comparison, Mr. Larkin, who I'm shooting with, with his Steyr, has missed 2. So yeah, the TX is working very, very well, and I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. And Alex has just killed the Crowzilla for 25mm at 40 yards. Okay, well, we're 20 pegs in now, and yeah, we're yeah, something's interesting's going on. So as you can see, it would appear that I've got a job as a roadie, because from peg 16 I'm going 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. So our next target is a short little looks like maybe 8 or 10 yarder. Good shot, Alex. Now, nice shooters, what they do is they leave the target down, as it makes it easier for the people behind them to shoot. But because at this target, and you can see like a lot of people have missed it low, so that means they've put a 9 yard in it or a 10 yard in it, and the pellets hit low. So that's telling us it's shorter than it looks. So let's have a look through the scope. I can't bloody see it. I wish someone had left it down for me.
Yeah, rude, eh?
Okay, let's give it a go.
Do you want me to wiggle it?
No, Jeff, because you got arrested for that last time.
Well done,
Now, Jeff, I will leave this down for you to make it easier for you to see.
Against the rules.
Because I'm a nice person.
Against the rules. Jeff's going to shoot that through the hole now.
Good shot, Jeff.
We'll leave it down for the next bit.
All right, so Mr. Larkin says leave it down for the next group. So the only person he pulls it up for is me.
We've left the target down for you, gents.
Thank you very much. Very kind of you. Okay, so we've had a good strip down of the rifle. We've tested it over the chronograph. We've tested it on the range. It's super accurate. We took it to Maldon. I was 2 points off the top Springer score, so I was really happy with that. I had a bit of the first 20 pegs was doing really, really well. I think I was only 2 points behind Alex, and I think I'd only dropped 4. But I'll be honest with you, fatigue got me. Last 10 targets, I was making silly decisions because I was tired. Worked the night before. I'm still not 100% fit. So I'm ignoring those last 10 because I was making silly, silly mistakes. So to compete nationally, not only do I need to improve my shooting, I need to improve my health, and I also need to improve the mental side of what I'm doing. And that's, I think, a video we're going to do about, you know, the mentality of shooting, or, you know, sort of a few mental techniques. I'm going to shoot the TX this year. I'm fairly sure of that. I have more fun shooting on Sunday than I have done for a while. I love the Springers. Sorry, I love shooting PCPs. You know, I've been lucky enough. I've got some day states. I've got some amazing air arms. I've got the HFT 500, and everything is great. But I really love my spring guns, and I think I want to pursue just getting better. And I think I need to get better. I need to get back to where I was, and I don't think I want to walk away from it. And when it comes down to it, I think it's more about enjoyment than winning trophies. I can't compete with the big boys with PCPs. Some of these guys are absolutely amazing. So yeah, I think what's the old saying? Big fish in a little pond. So I think I'm going to stick with my spring guns and see if I can take the occasional scalp of a big boy PCP shooter. But yeah, I just need to improve. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I hope it's been of some use to you, and we will see you again very, very soon on the range. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Ta-da.